So what happens when you stop eating carbs for 6 weeks? Well, let me just tell you, it's not what I expected. Well, it is what I expected and more. Some things in my life got easier, some things got a little harder, and there's one unexpected benefit that actually shocked me. While you're watching this video, try to guess how much weight I'd lost in 6 weeks of not eating carbs. Take a guess and let's talk about it at the end of the video. If you're new here, hey, my name is Jeanette. Welcome to my channel. So on January 1st, 2025, my husband and I made a big decision. We cut down on carbs. Well, we eat little to no carbs at all. This whole thing started when my husband watched a video by Dr. Stan Ekberg. The video was about insulin resistance and how eliminating carbs from our diet can literally reverse obesity and type 2 diabetes. Now, as a nurse practitioner, I already knew this, but for my husband, this was like a light bulb moment. He was all in, and honestly, we needed this change. Over the last 2 years, we both gained weight. Me about 40 pounds and him 25 pounds. The new marriage, a baby, and life, I guess we just got comfortable. And during this time, fitness kind of took a back seat. But this whole time, we both wanted to change. We wanted to feel ourselves again. Not just for health reasons, but also for confidence. Prior to this transformation that's happened in the last 6 weeks, I was the biggest I've ever been in my life. I've never been more than 200 pounds. But at my highest in the last 2 years, I reached 214 pounds. The extra weight was affecting my sleep, my energy, my everything. To make the matters worse, I went to see my doctor and got blood work done. And sure enough, I developed hyperlipidemia. For those who don't know what that is, high cholesterol. I've never had this problem in my life. And yet there it was in my blood. High cholesterol. I had to wake up because this is how health crisis began. And I know I'm being dramatic right now, but that's literally how I reacted when I found out I have high cholesterol. My personal struggle with the weight gain and the reason why I wanted to make this change was the fact that at 210 pounds, I wasn't feeling myself. Buying clothes was a struggle. Every time I went to the mall, I had such a hard time finding clothes. I didn't feel comfortable in my skin anymore. So I want you guys to understand that this is a personal journey. The way I felt about myself was a personal thing. No matter how many times people told me, oh, you looked fine. Oh, you just had a baby. You're fine. Oh, you should give yourself grace. But at the same time, I've never weighed this much before. And I didn't want to allow myself to accept the fact that I was overweight. For the first time, my doctor put in my chart that I'm obese. That's why I wanted to make this change. So besides just wanting to feel confident again and to increase my self-esteem, there was health concerns. Obesity and high cholesterol are risk factors for heart disease. I already have a family history of high blood pressure. So all these things together was a wake-up call. So anyway, my husband and I committed to eliminating most carbs and processed foods. So the foods that we eliminated from our diets that have high carbs include pasta, rice, bread, any kind of sugar and sugary drinks, juices including fruit juices, alcohol, even wine. And finally, the thing that hurt the most, fufu. Yes, I had to stop eating fufu. If you don't know what fufu is, it is a beloved dish from sub-Saharan Africa. I'll put a picture of it up here. However, it is full of carbs, so it had to go. Other things from the African culture like plantains, sweet potatoes, and any kind of potatoes, cassava, anything that has carbs basically. So the reason I'm sharing this is to hopefully inspire you to make some changes, not just to lose weight, but for your health. Hopefully my journey will inspire you to make the same changes in your life or similar changes in your life that will benefit you, not just right now, but in the long run. So what happens when you stop eating carbs for 6 weeks? So the first thing that I noticed when I stopped eating carbs, and this happened probably a couple days after, was my energy went through the roof. I expected to feel tired at first, which I did. I felt hungry, and I think that was just the withdrawal symptoms. But after the first week, my energy level skyrocketed. I used to hit that mid-afternoon hump where I just wanted to nap. I wanted to take a nap. But since we stopped eating carbs, I've noticed that I can go through the entire day without feeling drained. The second thing that I experienced, I noticed my sleep got better. This was surprising because I'm actually a good sleeper. I can sleep anywhere for hours. I don't struggle with sleep. That's never been my problem. The main difference that I noticed is that I was getting more restful sleep. And I still do today. Even when I don't get my 6-8 hours of sleep, I still feel rested with 5 hours compared to how it was before. If I didn't get at least 6 hours of sleep, my day was basically ruined because I was tired and fatigued all day. When we're eating a lot of carbs, there is this spike and crashing of sugar during the night, which messes up with our sleep cycle. When you eliminate carbs, this goes away and you wake up feeling refreshed. The third thing that happened is that my craving for bread, rice, and fufu basically disappeared. Fufu, which, oh my God, I could not go a week without eating fufu. And this has been the case since I was born. Fufu has been the hardest thing to quit. But after I eliminated basically all the carbs in my diet, my cravings for fufu also went away. I used to think eating fufu or rice or potatoes was necessary with meals. But after going without it for 6 weeks, it's actually not. I think we've been eating it for so long. Eating like all these large amount of carbs has been part of our diets for so long that we've made it the norm. When in fact, I think there are so many better alternatives. The fourth benefit that I experienced was my brain got sharper. No more brain fog. Now, I was expecting this to some level, but I didn't expect this much clarity. It's like something in my brain switched on. I'm processing information faster. I'm remembering things better. I don't feel that sluggish, foggy feeling that I was feeling before this experiment. It's like my brain was running on low power mode before and I didn't even realize it. You know how people say take one step at a time? I used to make a joke that I need to take 1 hour at a time because I never remembered anything. The days just came and went. Making plans was difficult. Sticking to plans was difficult. And when I made plans, I forgot them. If I didn't write things down, I did not remember them. But now, I feel like that's shifted. I remember better. I think faster. I process information faster. It's just, I expected this to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen to this extent. Or another way to put it is that I didn't realize how bad the brain fogginess was until the clarity kicked in after we changed our diet. I think that's the best way to put it. Another thing that happened is that my skin got clearer. Now, I never had problems with acne or skin issues, but I noticed that after I started gaining weight, I started developing pimples, especially during the time of my period. This was never a problem when I was growing up as a teenager. Even in my 20s, I never had a problem with my skin. But all of a sudden, I started developing pimples before each period. My face was always dry, sometimes too oily, and I was contributing this to hormonal changes related to childbirth. But I noticed since I made the change, my skin is very clear. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah. So this was also a benefit that I did not expect, a surprising benefit that I wasn't expecting. And I'm glad it happened. I mean, I knew carbs were bad for your skin. I just didn't know that it was affecting me. My face was not puffy. My face got skinnier. You could see the structure of my face. I was talking to my sister, and I think it was like week 1 or week 2. She asked me if I was losing weight. That was before I started seeing weight changes on my scale. But she noticed my eyes had sunken, and my face was a little bit smaller than usual. That was one of the early signs that I was losing weight. My skin now has less pimples, less puffy, and is way more hydrated. I guess this makes sense because carbohydrates causes inflammation, and cutting them down cuts down the inflammation. The sixth benefit that I've seen since we stopped eating carbs is I don't feel as bloated as I used to. Again, before this, I didn't realize how much the weight gain contributed to my stomach. I used to think, I had a C-section and I thought my stomach was bigger because of C-section. I didn't realize how much the 40 pounds that I had gained contributed to the belly fat and the bloatness. For a while, my stomach was looking like I was pregnant. I had people ask me if I was pregnant again. That was embarrassing. But yeah, the bloating was terrible. But now my stomach is flatter. It doesn't poke out of my clothes anymore like it did. I don't feel that heavy feeling like I did after eating. It's crazy how much my stomach has gone down by eliminating carbs for just 6 weeks. And the craziest thing is, it didn't take 6 weeks for me to notice the difference. I started noticing the difference on week 1. The seventh thing is that my relationship with food changed. This whole experience has made me more mindful of what I'm eating. Now, I've always been mindful of what I eat. I know how food affects the body. But sometimes I feel like we get to a point where we're just comfortable. We're not thinking about what we eat and how it affects our body. And every once in a while, it's good to be reminded. In the last 2 years, I was just eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. Now, I actually think about my meals. I plan my meals, which is something that I never did before. But now, I do. I think meal planning is so important when you're trying to make lifestyle modifications related to diet and the food we eat. Another thing that I'm not doing is that I'm not eating out of boredom. My body now tells me when I'm hungry rather than me eating just because food is available. All right, the eighth and final benefit that I've experienced with this 6 weeks of no carbs. Guess how much weight I lost? Just guess. Drum roll. So far I've lost 22 pounds. Now, let me just clarify something. Losing weight was not the goal. Like I said before, I had some wake-up calls about my health, and that's what drove me to make the changes that I made. Losing weight is just the greatest benefit that has come with the transformation. Yes, we did want to lose weight, but I was more concerned about my health. This journey has been amazing. It has reminded me so much, things that I forgot. Being 20 pounds lighter feels so good. So, would I recommend cutting down carbs? Yes, even eliminating them if possible. If you're struggling with energy, cravings, brain fog, or even just feeling stuck in your weight loss journey, try eliminating carbs from your diet just for a few weeks and see how you feel. You don't have to eliminate carbs forever, but I think it's very important that we reduce the amount of carbs that we eat. If you've ever tried this before, if you've had success with eliminating carbs from your diet, let me know how that went for you. I would love to hear about your experiences. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to hear more about our journey, because we intend to keep doing this for as long as we can. We want to make it a lifestyle and not just a dieting thing. If you want to hear more about our journey, please subscribe to my channel. If you have a health tip that you want to share with us, please leave it down in the comments. We'll be happy to try it. Again, thank you for being here. You have a great day. Ciao.